And it was like,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to ask for permission. Hold
no,
on.
we got it. Everybody got permission.
Oh, okay.
It just got to that point. I didn't recognize myself. I didn't recognize my life. And it was like, what the hell happened? What? You see pictures of yourself. And it's like, I don't look like that. No, I don't.
Not in my mind.
No, I don't. No, I don't. Not for real. And I'm telling you, that's where the work really came in and changed my life. And when I think I posted this on our group where I said, your results tell on you, because you can really think in your mind, you're doing something, you doing the work, you getting it in, and you ain't doing nothing. You are deceiving yourself.
You are. It show up though when you put them clothes on.
Honey, don't, and it show up when you take them pictures.
That is true.
You put a girdle on and you be like, I look all right. You take a picture, it'd be like, no, I don't. No, I don't.
Nah.
So like I said, I posted that really to encourage you. For me, what the work really means is I can create and have the life that I want. And for me, like I said, that started with my body. I wanted to look good when I looked at myself. In my lingerie and some pretty panties and stuff.
I know, right? I got all this cute little pretty stuff. I ain't trying to put all of that in there.
but you know what I mean? Like whoever else sees it is secondary. When I look at it, I want to be like, now that's what I'm talking about.
That's true.
Yeah, but like I said, it takes work, and it takes daily work. So like even now, with it being so darn cold here, I'm moving. I promise I am. I hate the snow. It gives you the winter blues. You get hyped up to go out in 3-degree weather. I'm so over it. But it's like, okay, but it's just your attitude and change your work. It's where you are right now. Put that damn scarf on and hit it.
And keep it moving.
Do what you got to do. No excuses. It's kind of where, like I said, my last little funk. I'm like, why are you feeling like this? Because you're not working. You're not doing what you know to do to take care of your mind, body, and spirit. So that's why I posted that to encourage everybody. Get to work. F them excuses. Do what you got to do.
Well, honey, you got us all up in the AM. I be trying to. I got my little queenimity chill in the morning. I'm like, who in the heck? I'm not a morning person. Like, who is trying to check me up like this? Everybody know I don't get up before 10 with this. It's sacred circle. Somebody's up working. And then this morning, the first thing, I don't know why it landed on your pictures. I was like, what the hell? I get up and like, I need to do more myself. I'm not doing enough, Lord.
Honey, don't play with it. Don't play with it.
Because you know what it reminded me of, and I'm going to say this. One of the panty sets that you have, I have. I said, my booty don't look like that. I want to, and I went and grabbed it out. I'm like, okay, yeah. Me and you, we coming back together because my booty don't look like
I said the same thing. But I said the same thing. I was like, my booty does not look that good.
I want that booty right there. I want that right there.
I'm trying to tell y'all, Stairmaster, honey, it'll make it happen.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Lift that booty up. We older. Quit playing. Lift that booty up. Stairmaster.
Stairmaster. Ooh,
I walk heels. I do squats, all of that. Because, honey, when you're working with all of that, you got to lift it up. Now, listen.
Maybe go get in my lingerie drawer. Don't play.
Honey.
I'm coming.
Come on. There's room for all of us up in here. Come on up in here. But
now,
I do.
Really, y'all gonna make me order some new sexy underwear.
Come on, sir.
No, because my partner just said he ordered his underwear. They're out for delivery. They should be here today. And like before I met him, like of course for me, if I had a thong or a jock strap or something like that, it was always geared towards some type of sexy moment. But it wasn't a part of my, oh, let me put this on and let me feel it. Like even right now I have on a jock strap, but I got this from him because all he owns is jock straps. And he explained it to me that it was you know, how it's for him.
Made
It's
him
not
feel.
for anyone else. It's how it makes him feel.
Mhm.
And, you know, now I've been getting more so into, I'm like, okay, well, let me hop on Amazon, order me a quick little jock strap, you know, whatever. But now it's like, no, I really want to be able to invest in those ways, into those types of things. You know, that type of stuff, it could get expensive as well. I mean, when you get into the harnesses and the, and the you get what I'm saying? But it, you know, it could get there, but you have to do it for you, and you gotta want it for you, and you gotta feel it for you.
And real talk, and you worth every amount, every penny that you invest into yourself, and you invest into that energy. Because think about it, we spend money on everything, don't we? From food to bills to expenses. Spend that money, honey. Put a little fun, sexy jock shop strap fun, and honey, make it happen.
For sure.
I'm writing it down now because I will be doing it.
Spend the money anyway. We're gonna spend it.
Yes.
So you might as well spend it on it. You might as well invest it into yourself and into feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, that's a valid point for sure, Kenya. Like this, on the weekend, I ended up in Michael Kors. I only went to get these particular shoes that I gave my aunt that I wanted back for myself. And they didn't have it. So I ended up spending about $300 and something on these boots that I did not go for, but they gave me the wrong one. So when I went there the next day, the shoe that I actually originally went for was there. And the boots was $100 off. So then I got out 2 shoes and I just ended up spending like $120 more. And I was talking to my cousin and she was like, you don't need any of those things, right? Why are you even doing it? And I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to buy it. I like it. And so yesterday she messaged me and was like, oh, I went to the groceries. And she said, inflation is real. I might as well go on a shopping spree like you.
For real.
You're gonna spend it. You're going to spend it. And where we are right now, I think everybody is kind of getting into this flow of the pleasure principle. Do what is making you feel good. Yeah. We all need to pick me up right about now. What feels good? And I'll be darned if we let that little bit of money stop us from feeling good. No, spend that. Spend that. It's coming back. Spend that.
Spend it cheerfully and from a place of gratitude and gratefulness, and know that it's coming back.
And I love that. Put it in gratitude form. I'm so happy and grateful. I got it to spend.
Yes.
This little bit of money ain't hurting me. And like I said, I know how to create more money. I know how to make money. Honey, we're spending that. Spend that. So, Ligel, what's going on, girl? Your crazy self.
Looking at your pictures, I'm like, okay, these little cute walks I've been going on ain't getting it. Them little walks ain't giving me that booty like you got. So get my whole life together. But I have been feeling good because I gave up meat, and I believe Spirit had been calling me to do so, because whenever I would eat it, I would, especially beef, it would get stuck like right here in my chest. And I kept trying, and then something was just like, okay, you got to realize that this just ain't for you no more. So maybe you should just wing off of it and see. And I've been feeling incredible, like just increasing my vegetables and fruit and water and getting my workouts in, my little walks in the sunlight. It's like doing everything for me. So I feel really good right now.
Nice. Way to work. Way to work. That's what I'm talking about. And when you change your diet, even if it's temporarily, that has, oh my God, talk about a vibe raiser.
Yes.
I done a fast coming off of meat. And I don't know what it is about that meat, but it does something to the body. And just not putting it in your system, you feel really good.
You really do.
Continue on that path. Way to work. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Welcome. And as I was telling the other everybody else, I'm about to say ladies, honey, Auntie Andre, honey, get it right. And the Mr.
Put me in.
The ladies and the Mr. We're going to get that thing right. Stairmaster. And real talk, I do not play when it comes to my exercise regimen. Because what I have found, it was 2 things. And I learned this back in Sacred Circle. We did this thing called pre-exercise and after exercise, just really judging how you felt. And what you noticed was in the morning, nobody feel like getting up exercising, you groggy, you just don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. But when you were done, it was like, all
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
I feel good.
Yeah.
And so just taking note of that is just, if I just override the don't feel like it and the grogginess and the comfort of my bed, and I do what I got to do, I'ma feel really good.
Yeah.
The other side is that is, how do I want my body to look? I already had a big booty. I ain't need it saggy. So listen, I'm not gonna play with my exercise time. I'm gonna get in this gym and do what I gotta do, because how do I want my body to look? So I don't play with it. I really don't. I really don't. It's like I said, and I fell off for a minute. Just, you get in them funks. Life happens, right? But being back on the upswing, it's like, honey, get into your groove and stick to it. Do what you got to do.
Yes.
So I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Can I just say that in terms while we're talking about like health and stuff like that, in terms of like working out, for me, my obstacle has always been gaining weight. And for the first time last year, I was the largest that I had been in my entire life, which was like 160 pounds. And mind you, I'm like 5'8", so I'm like very petite. And now I have lost a few pounds and I'm down to like 143 or something like that. But for me, I had to realize, like I said in the group, this job has had me like so there. But my mantra has been, this is exactly what I prayed for, and it's helped my spirits. But at the same time, I'm realizing that I'm walking a lot more. And I knew prior to getting this job that my appetite wasn't the best in terms of like, even if it's just a snack during the day or if it's lunch during the day, but I always ate a full meal at night. But just that nutrition during the day that I needed, I realized that over the course of this week, I had been, taking me a lunch to work or taking me a snack to work and just like snacking throughout the day or ordering me some type of lunch. And I realized that my energy level has been a lot more, especially working in property management, because I'm constantly out on the property walking units. We got 3rd floor units. I'm upstairs, 3rd floor downstairs. If I'm taking someone on a tour or, whatever, I just know that I'm moving a lot more. However, I'm also very conscientious of my movements. I know when I'm going to go walk, I'm walking with intention. I'm not just getting up and walking out the door to go for a walk. I'm pacing myself. I'm working on my breathing. I'm focusing on my speaking. I'm doing all of those things at the same time while I'm just simply going on a walk. When I'm walking up 3 flights of stairs, I'm intentionally stepping up those 3 flights of stairs as if I was on a Stairmaster. When I'm coming down, I'm pacing myself that same way. So don't think that because Lagail, what you're doing on a small scale isn't providing the type of results that you may want, because what you're doing on that small scale, you're doing with intention. Now, I will also say that prior to us coming into this call, I noticed that Anita had said that she was going for a walk. And I know, Cam, you do your stuff early in the day and stuff like that. And just my question is, as we're on this call now, is what did you do? What was your preparation? What did you do for yourself prior to getting on this call today? Because for me, getting ready for this call, first of all, I'm going to get my nails done after this. So this call is the first step into my self-love that I'm doing for the day. But before I did that, I was like, okay, let me do something to kind of get myself in alignment. So I knew the dishes need to be washed from dinner last night. I could have left them in there, but I said, no, let me actually clean the kitchen, prep the kitchen, and get the kitchen right, because it's going to be, that's the nutrition that I need to have in my body for the remainder of the day. So that was just my little prep that I did prior to getting ready for the call, but it was holding me accountable to the things that I knew that I need to have, which is a clean kitchen in order to prepare the proper dinner and the proper food that I need to have to nourish my body. So even small things like that, but after I go get my nails done, which is my self-care, I'm coming back to doing the work, because the bedroom has to be clean next. Now, this is my other little small point in terms of intention. Hold on one second. I like to do what I call the housewife workout. So I have my weights, honey. And while I am folding clothes and while I am walking around the house, I
Oh.
have these weights on my arms and I have these weights on my ankles. And while it's taking me maybe an hour or an hour and a half or 30 minutes or 45 minutes or however long it's going to take me to do it, at the same time, I'm putting extra weights on me to get some type of muscular workout at the same time. So do not say that whatever you are doing from a small perspective isn't enough. It's all about the intentions that you have behind it when you're doing it. And that's just my little spiel.
And that's real talk. Work how you work it and work how you need to work it. And I love what you said. Don't minimize anything that you do, because you're only going to build on the momentum from you start where you start at. And for me, this has been years in the making. So I just ain't jump up. If y'all saw that picture, that ain't happened overnight.
When I saw it, I was like, wait, is this the same person?
I was thinking the same thing.
Real talk. That didn't happen, overnight. It took great intention to lose weight. And then after you lose the weight, to stick to your program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To stick to it, eating right. While I can eat anything that I want, it ain't smart to. You don't want to get back addicted to all that sugar and, so you got to watch your habits. You added something. You started out the call with this, and it's so important. You got to feel good, because think about it. When you're really feeling good and in that flow, you want to eat better. You want to eat better. And the more you eat better, the better you feel. I mean, that thing just kind of circles all around. You have energy to pop up in the morning and make it happen. So like I said, instead of now just getting back into my cardio, is adding that weight work into it. So you hit that 30 minutes of cardio, you got 30 minutes of weight work, but you have to have the energy for that. And you have to have the feel like it and the flow for that. So we're not going to minimize nothing we doing. Because honey, I could squat at home for 30 seconds. That's more than doing nothing. So I want to celebrate the 30 minutes of squatting that I done at home. I'm going to celebrate this thing every step of the way, because the alternative is I didn't do nothing. Not only did I not move my body, then I ate bad. Then I didn't feel good. Now my attitude bad. My vibe totally off. So honey, we ain't doing that. We're going to start where we start and build for there. So like I said, I posted that to encourage everybody, but not just with their workouts, but with doing their work. Because as I said before, your results are going to tell on you. Your energy off, that's telling something ain't right. Your body look a mess. You got one too many pounds, one too many rolls in that lingerie. You ain't working. And it's fine if you're not. Let's just not pretend that we are. Start where you start, but make it happen and get consistent. So I've seen everybody. I'm proud of everybody is doing something, and that's amazing. And so if it's okay, I'll start. You asked, what did you do in prep for the call? I work from 9 to 6, so it works for me to do my stuff in the morning. So I'm getting up, I'm listening to, I have been all over Align. Have y'all been listening to Align?
Yes.
Honey, has that not thing got you aligned? And right, it has. So I'm gonna encourage everybody. Anika put that on our thread at the top, and then Megan, I think, put it on Trello for everybody too. But it starts out with a really nice meditation, the one that Anika posted. I don't know if that one's all on Trello, how you had given it to us in our thread, but check it out, because she starts out with, I'm focused. I said, ha, yes, ma'am. I'm focused. I am focused. I said, okay, let us all get focused, honey. Chanel said the vibe straight. And I don't care what's coming. I'm going to be focused today and do what I got to do. Class number 3 is it's giving me life. I keep that thing on repeat right now, because what she's talking about, that one to me is really the essence of the work, getting into a practice. And her bonus call is also class 5. I think she talks about getting out of yourself and then doing the work of calling in the people to help you bring about the experiences of your manifestation. So if you guys have not listened to Align, honey, go on a car trip, 2 hours. Listen to Align, your whole life gonna be like, okay, check. Let me get some stuff together. So for me, daily, I have been really gratitude, writing that thing out, speaking it out, doing my rants. And it's funny how that thing morphs when you do that, because I said something the other morning and I was like, what? That felt so good. I think it was this morning. I think I posted it, where you realize I am connected to source and I trust that connection. That felt so good to me. I trust the connection that I have with source, and that source knows. I trust the different paths that source is putting me on. I was reading that book. I posted that to The Game of Life and How to Play It. And that's one of her lines out of there, that source creates its own paths to bless you.
Mm.
And that thing just came together in one of my rants this morning, like trust your source and trust the paths that source is creating for you. Trust it. Trust it. Sure, there's going to be resistance, but as I was telling you about working out, I'm built for resistance. I can handle resistance and I can override that thing and do what I got to do. I'm not afraid of resistance because it's not easy. I don't need it to be easy. I don't need it to be easy. I can get over. I can, what do we call it in the spiritual world? Spiritual warfare. I ain't a babe. I got this. I can handle a little fight. I ain't gonna get whooped up on. I can handle it. And so that's how I even look at challenges. So for me, it's doing that gratitude work for even all the things I've already overcome. In the Align 3, she talks about looking at your past, right? So for me, I was overweight. I was lonely. I wasn't having no kind of sex. My money was funny, right? So that's my past. When I look at where I presently am, I am in great shape and I feel really good. So for me, the biggest thing I've gotten out of Chanel's teachings was to be solid in myself. I don't know where I picked it up from, but looking for outside things to make me feel good about myself. But I had to, it took me a minute, but you know what I mean? But I had to break that horrible habit of having a baby gonna make me happy, having a husband gonna make me happy, getting this purse, wearing these shoes, nothing external. So for me, it was, I'm now solid in myself. I look good for me and I feel good for me. What else is part of my work? I haven't been so much writing things out because I've really been into the speaking and listening. I haven't done as well, unfortunately, on my stock class this week. My husband, as y'all all know, I'm recently married. So we were moving out of his apartment and all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of work that I had to do this weekend. So I will be back on that this week, putting that more into my schedule, dedicated study for stock. But my prayer, my meditation, my exercise, me feeling really good about myself has been on point all this week. I do want to get you all's feedback. Have y'all been talking to your new, you know what? And how was that going? Getting into
You could say it, girl.
The pussy.
feminine flow, because I've been thinking about how do we incorporate that, because that is the energy. You like we talked about before, your sexual energy and that creative energy, those are just kissing cousins. So everybody know when you in that flow and you feeling sexy and you just feel good. And I think that's the point of what she was getting into, tapping into that place where you are feeling just on that high that ecstasy brings, that orgasmic high, whether you get there physically or even mentally, getting yourself there and getting your body there. So how have you guys been doing with that?
I'm gonna jump in on that.
Okay.
Because I have not been on any of the calls with the exception of last night. And when I tell y'all, like, to be coachable, the way that Chanel said, just being on the call, just standing there for those 18 minutes or 20 minutes or 24 minutes. And I mean, for me, it was effortless. Like I was naturally standing there, naturally being in that place. And to be a spiritual being having human experiences and understanding the level on what it is that she is teaching. And for me to be coachable in that moment and to understand the path that she is going on and, you know, that divine feminine energy or the, you know, the divine pussy power and the divine dick. And it touched me in a way that I had not been touched in a very long time. And I tell you, because I felt those weights on my ankles holding me, the 24 karat gold weights on my ankles, holding me down, holding me and placing me and me being rooted. By the time that call was over with, there was a pain that had came in my leg that was like, it was like right here. And it shot all the way down and all the way up my leg. And the only thing that I could think of was I was just on a call with a bunch of powerful people that were all doing the exact same thing at the exact time. And if I know I can't be the only person experiencing something different in my body, I'm not gonna say it was a pain. It was a sensation that I hadn't felt before. It wasn't my sciatica that normally run up the back of my leg. This was a different type of sensation that ran up my leg. And I knew that because of where the sensation ended at, I knew it had to deal with what I was just doing with my body on a spiritual level, on a metaphysical level, on that chakra level, that whatever realm or other outside space it is that we may not understand but know is there, that source. And I felt something so surreal. And I'm like, every time I tap in with this woman in a setting like this, something happens. And I know it just can't be me, but that's how I'm feeling. That's what I'm experiencing. And I will also say that I know after reading The Secret, we all know that things happen in moments and stuff like that because they're called to us and attracted to us. And I had said to myself, I was walking up the third flight of stairs, and I said to myself, I was like, I haven't heard any of these phone calls. And I saw y'all posting in the group and everything. I'm like, what is this pussy power that they're talking about? What am I missing? And so I said, I'm going to listen to these phone calls. Like, I have to put one ear. When I tell you, I have been so swamped at work. Today is my first kind of off day during the week. And even I downloaded the Outlook so that way I can get into my emails just so I wouldn't be behind today. And I'm like, no, I am off. I am away. I'm going to focus on me and what I have going on. And I said that because I don't have the time at work that I was just going to put an earbud in. So last night when I got the text message, I was just sitting in the bed and I was like, oh, this call is happening. Okay, let me do what I said I was going to do earlier while I was at work. Because my whole thing where I'm at right now in my personal life, in terms of a relationship, is I don't have the mental capacity to deal with those type of emotional things. And all of my emotions and my energy is focused into my job because I know my job is my career. And that's what's going to solidify, if not, or provide some type of stability, if not for myself, but my focus is the relationship. So I'm focusing on the relationship. I don't have time to deal with emotional stuff. All of my stuff is geared towards work. Now, when I come home, I understand that there are personal things that I have to deal with at home. However, I don't have the time to deal with that because I'm still focused on making myself and being the best version of myself. So let me put this earbud in so that way I can put my emotions where they need to be. And what I'm noticing in my household is that when I do that disconnect, when I go into my studies, when I go into my learnings and I make that type of disconnect from what's going on in my personal life, I'm then able to feed more into myself the way that I need to. So that's what I have been doing in terms of the divine dick power. I knew that it was called to me when it was called to me, and I knew I needed to be on that call. Those other calls weren't for me. That's why I wasn't there. The call to leadership was the call that I needed to be on, and that's the call that I was on last night. And I got the message that I needed to receive last night. I think that there are a lot of women, and this hit me out, I don't want to fight, but I believe that there are a lot of women that are out there that need that type of, and there are a lot of men as well, but there are a lot of women that do not understand their divine feminine energy. So they look towards those leaders in that way. And I wasn't looking for Chanel for divine feminine energy. Like I said, for me, it was I believe in myself, and that transformed my entire life. Just that one little phrase. So from that teaching alone, to know that there are women that are out there that aren't comfortable with being sexual, or aren't comfortable with being sexy, or aren't comfortable with even saying the word pussy. You know, as a man, dick all day. And from a real woman, you got women around here saying, suck my dick now. So I mean, it doesn't bother me either way that it goes, but it's just so those my sexual energy. That's what I'm saying. But the call that I needed to be on was the call last night, and I got out of that call what I needed. That's
You froze up a little bit there. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you froze up a little bit there at the end. Can you say what you were saying about that call? Because you froze.
Oh no, I was just saying that call for me was what I needed to hear. I think that those other calls, and I'm just saying this, I didn't listen to them, but based upon y'all conversations and stuff in there, I don't feel like that was a call that I needed to be on. I don't feel like that was a call for me to be a part of. I feel like that the call that I was on last night was the message that I need to receive. And also, if you'll pay attention to the call that she had last night, she also said that this was so I feel like I came on the closing end of things and received the last message that I needed to receive in that chapter of that message.
Mm-hmm. 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 Empress Alicia, check on in, girl.
Hey, y'all. Sorry I haven't been here. I feel like I've kind of been under attack a little bit. The devil really been trying it with me. I have been, my daughter, I told you guys that my daughter had got taken away or whatever, but I did get me an attorney. So we're going to try to go in so I can try to at least get communication back with my daughter. For one little minute, I did go through, I feel like I was just down, and I felt like I could not get back up. So I've been doing a lot of praying, and I think the prayer is the only thing that got me back up, because that's all I could do, y'all, was just pray. That's it. I didn't have energy for nothing. I didn't have energy for myself. And I've never been in that place before, ever. And it just I didn't feel like myself. So I started praying. I feel like other people was praying for me too, because I really got out of that rut that I was in. And so I'm better. I've been waking up drinking my lemon water. I'm gonna go do my Stairmaster today. I'm gonna get, gain some weight. I'm like you, I have trouble gaining weight. So I'm always skinny. So that's what I'm working. I'm trying to get me some weight on me. I'm trying to keep my mind focused on things that, I need to do for myself. Now it's all about Alicia, because I don't have my daughter right now. So I'm just trying to put all my energy into myself and not get back into that place that I was, because it was very, very dark. And I don't want to be there ever again in my life. So that's all I've been up to, y'all. Sorry, I'm just
way to work and get yourself out of that funk. But you know what? Let's just be real here. Life deals us some really hard blows sometimes, like seriously. And nobody is immune to that. Nobody, So I'm so happy for you that you have come on through that funk and you ready to do some work. You look beautiful, by the way. And I just hear it in your voice. I hear joy. So it's happy. It's good to see that. And I'm happy for you.
I'm happy too, because I tell you, it was something that I never experienced in my life, ever. When I was having thoughts that never came to my head, like, I don't even want to be here no more, thoughts like that. And that's not me. And so all I could do was pray. And I tell you, there is power in prayer. If you don't have nothing else to do, you just pray. And also another thing, being outside in nature, grounding, putting your foot in the grass, just being outside, just getting the energy from the earth, that helped me so much. just sitting outside, you know?
Yeah. Way to work, Alicia, and use them tools, because all of those things are tools. So I love it. I love it. I love it. Love it.
And we happy
Teray,
to, and we hold on, wait, and we happy to see you back, because I promise you, I was like, where is Alicia? I tell you, I'm like, where is she?
Back, y'all. I'm so happy to be back.
And we've been holding you up in the spirit, because what you shared with us was not that's hard stuff to get to your heart. And like I said, I think most of us are parents, so we get it. We get it.
Right.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, lady.
Yes. I was listening to you, Kenya, when you were speaking about being solid, and just in you saying that was like kind of flickered in me. And I thought back to even when Chanel was speaking last night, and she said, everybody doesn't know how to lead. And she was saying that in order to lead, you need to be able to even lead yourself and be disciplined within yourself. So taking those little nuggets, and then she also spoke about being still, which was, for me, touched a point with me, because I'm in a situation where I'm, like I've been telling y'all, I'm in transition. As you know, transition is not always comfortable. And most of my transition deals with my job. And it's kind of a situation where it's a bittersweet transition, because I somewhat love my job, but there's things that are just changing, and it's just kind of making me see another route that may be a little bit better for me. And it's like, I still don't understand that new route. So I'm kind of just like in a zone where I'm trying to figure it out. And I feel like it's been a minute, but in the process, I'm learning how to stay active and get some other things done. Because at first I just was feeling like, I don't know what to do. You know how sometimes when you go to work every day, it's like, that's what you do. It's like when you don't do that, you're like, okay, what do I need to do? But yeah, I'm just in a situation where I'm just, I'm being still, I'm listening. I am in tune, I meditate, so I am in tune. And I actually went for a walk in nature. I went through a nature trail. So when Alicia was just speaking about being out in nature, oh my God, it felt so amazing just to be out in nature, just trees. And I mean, this nature trail wasn't anything, it's one of those really natural nature trails. So it just, I don't know, just the energy. It had like a body of water. So just sitting there by the water, me and my husband went out there. It was just really relaxing. And it just made me really go back to knowing that that's an essential tool to use, is being out there in those elements. But yeah, so I'm in a situation for the most part where I'm getting aligned. I feel like God is transitioning me for a reason. So I'm getting aligned.
Have you listened to Align?
I have.
Listen to it again.
I am.
Amazing. I'm telling y'all.
It is.
Especially for what you're talking about, because she talked about that. About when you are aligned and you're asking for something and then things get shaken up. You just got to hold to, well, wait a minute, what did you ask for? And things are just falling into place. It might get a little rocky, but just hold on, because everything is going to shake out and work out. So we're looking forward to a mighty testimony.
Yes, I am too.
Being on the other side of your transition. That's some good stuff. That's really good. Miss Hope? She might be still working. Megan, you there? Can you talk?
What's going on, everybody?
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
Happy to see you. We ain't think you was gonna join us today.
Listen, I was on that other thing. I just hung up on them people. I was like, let me go to my people over here. I'll catch y'all on the replay or something. I couldn't take it no more. I just hung up. I was like, let me go. So I'm here. I'm presently accounted for.
How's the work been going for you this week? I love what you posted, practicing your Zooms.
Oh yeah. I've been working. Lately I've just been in that period where I've been being still and being obedient, like I said, and just putting things together. Cause I don't know what's about to happen, y'all, but I just been being obedient. And so I remember listening to one of the things that Chanel was saying was just to really you know, as a part of your work is practicing your craft and, you know, doing some of your videos and recording yourself, not just doing the official finalized version, but just to get comfortable with it, hearing what you're saying. And so that's just what I was working on for a large part of yesterday. And then today, I haven't, well, I did my morning rituals, you know, I did my meditation and was reading stuff and all of that kind of stuff. But I haven't focused in on, you know, that other type of work just yet. I had to finish up some proposals and some other deadlines that we had to generate some more money. So, but yeah, but overall, I can't complain. I'm good.
Good to hear. And what you posted to encourage Anika, oh my God, I was cracking up. Only because it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Did you guys, do everybody know what I'm talking about? About the
It was
husband.
an email.
Husband. Yeah.
It was an email. Yeah. I had sent that, I had originally sent that to my niece because she's kind of going through something. And yeah, it was so crazy. But and then when you were going through that and saying, I was like, let me post this in the group, make her laugh a little bit.
Of and shared. But when you realize and think about what you're really shedding, and that's what that spoke to me. Like you so much, you deserve so much more than that. Let that mess go. Let it go.
Yeah, like I said, protect the pussy, you know.
Protect the pussy.
Come on in here, Queen Jonah.
Hey. I told y'all every time I need Chanel, she shows up like a midwife. She is something else. God is really allowing me to balance both sides of who I have become, which is Jonah 2.0. And so thank you for, was that you, Anika, that gave me that this morning? I think that was Anika that said something. But that, you know, because I've always had two sides to me, but I never allowed the world to see I call it my wild side. That's always been at home or when I'm out of the country, because can't nobody tell me when I get back, because my clothes change, my hair, everything, you know? And so I'm in a relationship right now where he gets both sides of me, and it's weird because he loves it. You know, he's shocked by it. You know, my language with him is different. My language with him is more like what you hear from Chanel. And that's kind of always been me on that side, but I just never really felt comfortable because of, you know, growing up in the church, but I've always had that kind of wild side to me. But one of the things that, and I wasn't going to share this today, but I'm feeling led to, is that Chanel basically in her conversation connected us to, well, for me, connected me to and helped me to understand what my womb was all about. And I've been struggling for the last year or so to create. And so God said that you're trying to use old systems with the level that you're on. You're on a new level. When you're on a new level, you've never been on this level before. So you're a baby on this level. You may have had a PhD on the last level, but this level that you're on, you don't know anything. So you're going to have to come to me for everything. Well, on the last level, I made my money with my mouth. And that wasn't working. Everything I tried to do with my mouth was not being fruitful. So all of a sudden I'm getting all of these ideas that I have to create with my hands. And so I was struggling with that. What I had to do in the last probably 48 hours is I had to go through a soul tie detoxing. I didn't understand that I needed to understand that. And I got that understanding from Chanel, taking us through. The language didn't bother me because that's who I am behind closed doors, right, with my dude. But so that didn't bother me. What I needed from Chanel was the understanding of my womb, and how when I allowed someone who should not have been in my womb, I didn't take care of what that spirit brought to my womb. Because she said something, and then the person, well, I was going through the soul detox, said the same thing that Chanel said, that when your womb is not right, that's where you create, that's where you give life, right? That's where you create, that's where you give life. Kind of knew that because I've had 3 kids. But when Chanel said that and how it was connected, I said, oh, snap. So I had to deal with that. And I was so proud of myself because I wasn't emotional about it. I thought I would be, because emotionally I had connected myself to this person. And so I wasn't emotional about it, but it felt good to address it and to feel free in that space now, knowing that my womb is now open to create, open to be everything that God has called me to be. So I've been more creative the last day or so. I was going to stay home this weekend, but my girlfriend is here on a medical conference, and she sent me a picture of the hotel she's going to be staying in. She said, "You want to come hang out with me?" I'm like, I am like so there. And I was thinking, okay, I got work to do, but I can work from the hotel. Like, you know, so I've had my little conversation fix with my dude, dressed up for him and all that good stuff. That's Jonah behind the scenes. And so I got my suitcase packed and got my girlfriend stuff packed, and I'm getting ready to go staycate here in Houston. While she worked, I'm gonna be playing, but I do have my office on wheels with me. So, but I wanted to say that because I told you guys that before, whenever I make a major shift in my life, Chanel shows up. So she showed up to point out to me, because I kept asking God, I don't know why I can't move forward. I don't know why I can't seem to create. You want me to do this course? The last thing I want to say is, a lot of times we second guess ourselves about timing. Like, oh, I should have done this, or we think we're procrastinating, when it's not always procrastination, it's God's timing. And so I've been putting myself like through the ringer, not getting my course out. God is sending me students every single week, because guys, I'm into cryptocurrency big time. I've been doing it for several years, but God has called me to teach this space, especially to women 40 and above, because they're baby boomers and they struggle with technology, some of them, but most of them are professional kingdom women. They have this money that they're sitting on, but there's a space that's happening in front of their eyes and they don't quite understand it. I do. And so I can teach them how to go from where they are to where they need to be, and why this is happening, and how to manipulate, how to, get in the space. So I've been struggling with getting my course out. I've done it a couple of times, but he just keeps sending students. And day before yesterday, I received a phone call from a real estate agent, very well-known real estate agent here in the Houston market. And she says, I'm sitting in a HAR, H-A-R, which is a Houston area real estate, blah, 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 here in Houston. And the person that was in front of the room said, we need to understand cryptocurrency and how that is going to impact the real estate market. And so she's texting me on the phone, getting, look, I just told them that I knew someone. Can you teach real estate agents how to transition into this market? And I said, absolutely. And immediately God gave me blockchain real estate, because I own tokenized real estate in Dubai. It's digital real estate, but I still get paid dividends and all of that. So yeah, the world is changing. And also teaching them how to buy real estate inside of the metaverse. There's a reason why the person who bought real estate next to Snoop Dogg paid $450,000, because when that dude gives a concert from the space that he bought inside a metaverse, whoever's on the side of him is going to get the traffic coming into metaverse. So if they set up a store or they set up whatever they want to sell inside a metaverse, they're going to make a lot of money. So yeah, they paid $500,000 to be next door to him inside of the metaverse. So here I am trying to create this course. But the reason why I couldn't get it done, guys, because I didn't have the whole strategy, because I was going to like lump everybody together. So now I have these professional kingdom women. That's a whole different course. Now I got real estate agents. And so I'm excited, because it's like my womb is clear. Everything is pumping. Everything is good. It's like, I'm like, I see, y'all can call it what you want, but that's Coco. Coco is in the line. She doing good. She's always been Coco. She gonna still be Coco. So Coco is good. She's in alignment with source and all that good stuff. So that's what I have to report. So I'm excited.
How do we get to your classes? Like, I'm interested in that too.
I'm gonna be obedient. And primarily with me being away this weekend, she's got to go to her meetings and stuff, and so I'll be in the room and near the hot tub and all that. So that's kind of what God is telling me I need to focus on. So within the next week, I'll be putting that out. Now that I know that he doesn't want me to lump everybody in the same class, now it's clearer. So now I know, okay, these professional kingdom, I got my little churchy women over here. I got the navigate them. And I got a whole group of professional women that are in the real estate market. I've got them. So I will let you guys know. I'll put my flyer in the group if that's okay with you guys, and let you guys know. Here's another thing, guys, that I struggle with was charging people. I was raised in a church where we were kind of like, everything was free. And so in the church. And so I struggle. Like right now, I have an invoice for my friend that's coming into the city. And I did some work for her. She has her own medical practices. She has 2 locations, and she hired me to come in basically to do an analysis on her entire business. And I was able to kind of find like $500,000 in her business. I'm like, girl, you need to get rid of some folks, you know, but she brought me in to do that. So I did all the interviews, I did all the reports and all of that. And when we got through with the staff, she was saving $500,000 a year, and her revenue went through the roof and all that kind of stuff. And so I never billed her for it because she's my friend. And so I said to her the other night, I said, I have to bill you. And I'm in tears. I said, I have to bill you. She said, well, I've been waiting on the doggone bill. I don't know why. She said, I knew you. And so we had this like very spiritual, because we're very close. And she said, I knew God was going to have you do it, but I needed to do it. Because a couple of times I was like, why you didn't say that? She said, I couldn't. She said, because you have to get free of that and make sure you are worthy of, she said, you know how much money you saved me? And she said, in fact, I'm going to tip you. So that's my process. So yeah, so my class, and I know everybody is, you know, I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for me, but if I'm the person that's called to take you in this space, my price is my price. So praise the Lord. Anyway.
And Jonah, please do your work around that so you get comfortable with your worth and with speaking how much you charge. Mm-hmm. So it just flow and it don't sound like, oh, $20.
I know. Yeah.
Do the work around that and practice that, get comfortable and know you're worthy.
And that's the message of abundance. How I was able to walk away from the 40-year marriage was God had told me, he led me to John 10 and 10b, where it talks about that Yahshua came that we might have an abundant life. My life in that moment was not abundant. I had a rant this morning. It was all about abundance. It went on for like 10 or 15 minutes. If I had neighbors, they probably would have called the police, because I was walking around. I am abundance. Abundance is me. I have abundant love, abundant sex, abundant houses, abundant. I was just abundant all over. I'm just like, what? Mm-hmm. And as soon I had to update, and God is saying to shut down. So I'm not on my personal page right now when it comes to social media. I am supporting my groups, but not on my personal page. But that song that I placed inside of the Queen Network, I come that you might have life more abundantly. I must have danced to that song for like 30 minutes. That was the second part of my rant. And so it was amazing to do that work and then immediately attract that space and that song, because I'd love to dance. But you're absolutely right. Kenya, I have to get comfortable with that. I'm not 100%, I'm getting there, but I do have to get comfortable with my price is my price, and I'm valuable and I'm worthy of that. I've done the work. And here's the thing, if I take $1,000, and one of my girlfriends said this, she said, you know, she said, you asked me to give you $1,000, and because I used her as a test study. And in about 6 months, we had grew that account to like $16,000. She said, and so she sent me a seed and she sold into me. She said, you need to do something with this because you know what you're doing. She said, and here's the thing, you built up a space around you where people trust you. And so this is a space that not everybody can trust because they don't understand it. But if they trust you, you can educate them so they can understand it. So I have the use case. I have the, but the part that I was struggling with was what you said, Kenya. I mean, I love helping people because it just made me happy. I was like, girl, what your account look like? What your account look like? Because I knew the market was up. She said, girl, it's $4,000. Oh my God. What your account look like? It's $8,000. So I'm all excited. And so she Cash Apped me one day. I was like, what is this for? She said, girl, she sent me a picture of her account. So I know that may not make sense to some people, but that's a space that I'm working on, and I have to continue. That's a daily work for me because I'm 61 years old. And so for 50 or 60 years, I've been one way. So now I got to undo all that and be okay with my price and be okay with what God called me to do. So you're right.
You know what I love about Chanel is the fact that Chanel makes sure she gets paid. Like, you gonna pay me. You know what I'm saying? If you can't sit here and just listen to me no more. You gonna have to pay me. And I will watch her, because like in my jewelry business and my photography, I struggle with that too, because I like to do what I do. So it's easy for me to just give it away. But no, people need to sow back into you because you're sowing into the world. So yeah, do your work around that, because you totally deserve it.
Yeah.
For
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.
Talk to us, Bree, with your pretty self. Y'all see Bree all in the sunlight today? Skin popping. I see you, boo.
Is the skin skinning out in the sunlight?
Skin is skinning.
Hello, y'all. I had to sneak out of that office. They wouldn't let me alone, but I've been listening. And it feels so good to just hear everybody and all the work that's been going on in this group. I'm so excited. We're going to have some amazing, amazing things go on. I'm sorry, 1 second. Hello. Okay. So my work for this, actually, I've been very, very consistent. That's a good word for me, consistency. I've been very consistent in doing my work, and I'm feeling really, really good. One thing that I did start for March is, who said that? Miguel, wasn't me? And so I have decided, in order to kick it up another notch, because we steadily moving up, I'm doing no meat. My exercise went from 30 minutes to 45, and it's daily. That's every day. 45 minutes every day, non-negotiable. And my Bible study is every day. That's at the top of my list. So I get up every morning, and the first thing I do is, if I'm not reading my word, I'm talking to God anyway, so I'm getting up and I'm praying throughout the house, and sitting down and doing my meditation and just getting still, setting my intentions for the day. And yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. Those are my main things. And like I said, I kind of wrote down some things, but I left them in my office. But I had to sneak out because they would not stop calling my phone. I was like, this is my time on my Thursdays now. So I just had to leave up out of there. I'll be back in a minute, okay? But I have been on most of the calls with Chanel this week, and it just kind of, for me, this has always been the kind of teaching from Chanel that I love. Not necessarily that it's just, the pussy power, even though, but just the fact of standing in our feminine, you know what I'm saying, and having power in that. I've always, that's one of the things that really drew me to her, was the fact that she could be a boss, but still be such a lady, and so the majority of my life, I live it in my feminine energy. Like, it takes so much for me to get riled up or to get upset or to, just really be in that kind of mode, because that's not a space I carry myself in. So I try to flow as opposed to grinding. For me, feminine energy is to flow. Things flow to me. Everything flows to me. Everything that I look for, it wants me. Everything that I want, it wants me even more. Like, these are my daily affirmation, my daily rants. And just staying in my feminine, like, it just really feels so good. And it just seems like things always seem to work out in my favor. And so that's kind of the space that I'm in right now.
We loving that for you, Bree. You look beautiful, boo.
Thank you, honey. I choose to look and feel my best. I had to go back to our creed and get some things back in order. Listen, every day, I choose to look and feel my best every single day, So yeah, thank you. I'm loving it. I'm flowing. I'm feeling like a girl. My daughter, she laughs at me all the time. She's like, Mommy, you just like being a girl. And I'm like, yes, honey. I was like, this is our power. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to be in a feminine space is so receptive. Things can't help but to flow to you when you're just putting out that energy into the world. So I'm having a good time.
I love it.
Person we didn't hear from was Hope. Is she able to chime in? Can you hear us, Hope? I don't think so. What about you, Nikki?
She unmute now.
I'm sorry, this is Lucretia that's under Hope. I forgot I had that on there from this other group that I get on call. I'm like, who's she talking?
That is funny.
Who is Hope? I was like, oh, that's me. I forgot to change it before I got on the call. Everything is going well. You know, I don't know. I've been in kind of a strange place of just trying to develop a routine and sticking to that. So, you know, I swear y'all wake me up every morning. I'm like, what the hell? Who is dinging at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning? Jesus, I wasn't up yet. But I'm like, ugh. Okay, there go Anika. She's up this morning. Oh, there go Kenya with her workout. Y'all getting on my nerves, but I guess I'll get on up, right? So thanks to you all, I've been getting on work early this week. But it's all good. I need to practice that. It's just I'm a night person, so I probably was up to 1 o'clock, right? So because I get in late for work and then I just do stuff in the evening. But I'm trying to develop a routine. I'm glad to say my back is much better. I have not been in pain over the last week or so. So that has been really helpful with helping me to stick with my routine. And it's just so happened that, you know, she was talking about the femininity and that kind of thing. But I found the book that Chanel had read a while ago called Fascinating Womanhood. And it talks about being feminine and some of the old qualities of being in relationship and marriage and how, you know, our feminine power draws men to you and that sort of thing. And it's a club, a Facebook club that they started a challenge, a 7-day challenge this week. And it's focusing on all woman, you know, femininity and feminine power and that type of stuff. And so that's been like really helpful. But just in going back to my daily practices of meditation and manifestation, and I'm the recruitment coordinator for my job. Special project this year, we're really hiring a lot of special agents for my agency, and so I went to a job fair yesterday, and it was this guy that was there. He's supposed to be at his own table recruiting for engineers, and he's walking around collecting trinkets for his 5-year-old, and he's a very bubbly, outgoing 61-year-old man. And, you know, I started engaging with him and we was joking and laughing. Anyway, I ended up manifesting a $75,000 a year job for my daughter when she graduates next year with a gas card that you can use the car for your personal use. Cause he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to Florida, me and my family this weekend. I said, you taking the work card? He said, it's your card. I said, and you could use the gas card to pay for your trip to Florida? He said, yeah. So he's like, have her send me her resume now so I can start putting her name out. I'm going to hook you up, you know, blah, blah. So I came home and told her, I'm like, I didn't get a job with $75,000 salary when I got out of school. So it's just like God is just continuously blessing me and, you know, miracles upon miracles keep happening. So I'm just, you know, living in the flow of it basically. And, you know, just seeing how much more can I create. And you all have been very helpful in that process. So I'm grateful for this group.
Yeah, I'm still new. I'm just like, what? Y'all, I don't know if y'all quiet, y'all used to this, but congratulations. That's amazing.
I know. See, even your children benefit from the work, right? And I'm trying to teach her to do these type of things. And, you know, she's watching things happening and, you know, you think they don't listen, but and sometimes I hear her doing things or saying things or being that person in her group of friends. And I'm like, so you do be listening, right? So when I come home, I'm like, look, you see what I manifested you a job. She's like, what? So I'm like, get that resume over to that guy. So, you know, it's important that you're manifesting not only for yourself, but for your whole family, you know?
That's right. I love it. Everybody is well. Did we miss anybody? Did anybody else have anything?
I didn't go. Oh.
I just wanted to say something to Alicia because I wasn't there when she was on the initial call, but I know exactly what she's talking about in terms of what she's experienced. Because like, I don't think she was on the call when I shared my story either, but like I have been there and was really, really obsessed with being suicidal. And I know like at least you were able to say like your prayers, right? Prayers does work, because I always say that I am an answered prayer, but it wasn't even my prayer. And I know what you said when you said you couldn't believe that it happened to someone like you, because that's what kept me so stuck, because I was someone that believed so much in God. But if you interacted with me, then you would think I was an atheist, right? Like I just didn't feel worthy, and I believed in him, but it was just something that was completely off. So to know that you went through something similar and you're here, I am just so grateful that you are. You will never go back, because I don't think I'll ever go back to that place. And TD Jakes have this sermon called inflection point, right? And it's like when you go down and you come up, like you're always going to elevate. It's not that it's not going to be easy, right? Like there are hard times will come, but you'll never go back to that same place that you were, right? So I just wanted to say that, because I saw so much of what I went through your story. And I say you're even better, because at least you were praying. I couldn't even pray for myself.
I appreciate that, sister. I really do.
Okay, Nikki.
That was beautiful. Hi, I don't have anything prepared to say, but just, I guess, some random updates. Love life is getting some sparks. I met this guy a few weeks ago, and I didn't think it was going to work, because we're just like kind of opposites. We had a lot in common, but it was a little rough in the first week. But we both stuck to our philosophies, and then we just came back together. I mean, so it's been great. We're building a really good friendship. He's into crypto. So within the first week of meeting, he had me download like 2 different things and showed me a little bit about how to do it, and showed me his account and his balance, and told me, he has adult children. He'd given them a certain amount of money. I can't remember how much. And then they grew theirs to, so many thousands of dollars just in a few months. So it's been really good. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, and even if it's, I don't know, we'll see. So he teach me how to fish. He's from the island, so he knows the islands, and gives me fresh coconuts. I love coconut water. So anyway, that's just been fun.
What work have you been doing, Nikki? What work have you been doing?
Good question, y'all. Because
and another question before you answer that question, Nikki, is this the guy that you did the moonlight meditation with?
No, it's another one. Another guy.
Okay.
And it's funny because they're opposites. The moon guy is vegan, and I'm kind of veganish. And then this guy, that's one of the big things for different one. This new guy, he loves meat and he hates vegetables. So y'all, when he told me that, I was like, God, what kind of joke is this? Because he's got so many other things I love, but he hates vegetables. After I've just been going like vegan for a year, so that's kind of funny. So anyway, yeah, different guy. Okay, and the work I'm doing, and it's funny because I talked to him today. Like I'm out of town. I'm stateside right now, but I talked to, we need a name for him, fisherman guy, island guy, and he knows all I have to do today. And he was like, I said, well, get ready to pray and meditate for about 30 minutes. He was like, you don't have time for that. So I was like, So I, explained a little bit to him about that. Like, no, I'm not sacrificing that. That's like counterproductive. So that's kind of interesting. So work, I walk in the morning. I'm traveling. So I'm not doing my, sit down in my sacred space necessarily, but, I meditate, I pray. I haven't been journaling, and that's my go-to, like my favorite thing that helps me the most. And I haven't been doing it. So I really need to start journaling. Good work. So mostly meditate, prayer. I do the ohms, the visualization. I think that's mainly what I've been doing. Yeah. Was there a reason you asked, or is there a format? I don't know. Are we supposed to say the work?
No, we were just keeping each other accountable for the work that we were doing. Because
right.
As I said before, you could think you're doing the work, but you're not. So we just want to make sure everybody is at least holding to their daily practices. And then, like I said, if there was something specific that you are working on to manifest, we just wanted to hold each other accountable for that. Like, well, what did you do this week? So you were a little further along. than you were
Gotcha.
last week. But at the very
Okay.
minimum, and like you said, you're not new to this, at the very minimum, are you doing your mirror work? Are you praying?
Right.
Are you exercising just to keep yourself in alignment?
Okay, thank you for asking and that explanation. So another thing though, y'all, I don't know if you remember what Chanel did a call maybe November, December, and she like she would randomly choose somebody, one or two people every night. And one night she chose me, and she talked about how she said, do this, she gave me a little prescription, and your business will flourish or whatever. So one thing she told me was to dance. And I love dancing anyway, but I think she said 3 songs every morning. So I still do that. I might do it every other day while I'm traveling, or I might not do it all in the morning, but I try to make it a point to get in my 3 dancing songs. And it does help. I found that helps me. So what else? I don't know. And just my travel was a blessing, y'all. It was a last minute arrangement, last minute flights, but just some amazing things happened. Like I was in a lounge in Atlanta, the airport lounge, and the manager saw me walking around the food. He was like, "Oh, you haven't gotten anything yet. Is there something particular you want?" And I was like, "Oh, I just didn't really see anything." I said, "I'm kind of veganish or looking for some vegetables." So they had a salad and it had nuts in it. I said, "I love some kale or that salad without the nuts." He's like, "Okay, I'll go make it for you." I was like, "Okay." And he did. And then he came back with like 2 bowls of salad. It was like, "Do you want me to wrap it so you can take it with you?" And you're not supposed to take food out of the lounge, but I was like, "Sure." So he did. So that was pretty cool. And y'all, I didn't upgrade. Like, I'm like Chanel, I like to fly first class. But this was a last minute trip and I wasn't gonna pay $3,000 just to be in first class. So I upgraded one leg of the flight. And then the second leg, I wanted to upgrade it, but I said, I'm gonna have favor on this. And I just, did the work on that. And the day of the flight, that second leg, it would have been $400 to upgrade to first class and $100 to upgrade like to the middle part, business or whatever. And I didn't do either one because I was like, So y'all, as it would work out, I was like one of the last people to get on the plane, and I asked the gate agent, I said, are there any empty seats? And she said, no. So I said, okay, thanks. And I smiled and walked off. So then she started walking behind me because I think I was the last person aboard. And then she started asking me about California because that's where I was flying to. So I was just telling her, we're just having a nice chat. So then by the time we got to the door of the plane, she said, "You know what, just sit anywhere, the first seat you get to." So where was it? It wasn't first class, but right behind first class. So I would have paid $150 for that seat and I got it for free.
Yay!
I was so happy.
Like just what Bree said, things will flow to you. So congrats on your work, girl. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'm way over time. I don't want to leave y'all.
We all gotta go. So thank everyone for showing up. Thank you, Jonah, for holding the space for us this week for us to be able to continue this going. And we're gonna keep up in the group and we're gonna stay available if we all hop on a divine call. If you get the time, I guess it's 5:55 Pacific Standard Time. If Spirit leads for the leader to show up. But I just want to thank y'all so much for just continuing to be here and continuing to be accountable in your life. And it's important to me. This group is important to me. And, just thank y'all. Thank y'all for being amazing. And be love, give love, spread love. Love is the highest frequency. Love is the new money. And be grateful. That's all. I'm finna get my
and keep your vibes high.
And
thank you.
Able to.
All right, see you all next week.
Thank you all. Y'all have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Thanks.